Welcome to Fantasy Football Today in 5. Let's talk about players we love that you must roster in 2024 right now. Adam Azer, Dave Richard here. All right, we just did a full-length show, very long show, where Dave and Jamie gave about 12 players that they love for 2024. So now it's my turn. If you want to hear Dave and Jamie's, listen to the full-length episode. I'm going to give you 3. One of them is someone that was named on the full-length show, Kyler Murray. I'm a big Kyler Murray guy. He was a top 12 quarterback last year. Per game. And that was coming off a torn ACL with pretty terrible weapons, I'd say. Marvin Harrison Jr. seems like a pretty easy, fit for them on draft day. Kyler Murray has been, for about half a season before injuries derailed him, the best fantasy quarterback, the best quarterback in fantasy. I don't think he's going to get back to that, but it's not out of the question if Marvin Harrison is on the team and if Marvin Harrison is great. So I think it's big upside for Kyler Murray, Dave, and I think great draft value.
I think if it indeed ends up happening where Marvin Harrison is his number 1 wide receiver, Trey McBride is his number 2 target, and he continues to throw to his running backs, and he himself continues to run. Look, I think the Cardinals are one of those teams that can make a big leap in this upcoming season. But Kyler's going to have to stay healthy. The bottom line is this: dreamy value on draft day. I bet you can get him after pick 100 in every single draft, and I think you should be focus on that. And you could even potentially build a draft strategy around quarterbacks like Kyler Murray that you can find later on that might keep you from reaching for a quarterback with one of your first 4 picks.
Second guy I want to highlight is Jalen Waddle. Waddle was the number 22 wide receiver per game in both non and full PPR. The thing that might not be obvious with Waddle is that he just didn't play that much in 2023. In 2022, he played like more than 70% of the snaps. I'm sorry, I have the exact number here. Okay, more than 70% of the snaps in 13 of 17 games in 2022. Last year, he played more than 70% of the snaps in 6 of 14 games. So he got hurt and left some games injured. He wasn't fully healthy when he came back. He didn't have that great of the year. I think there were other underlying metrics that were encouraging, including his target per route run rate, which went up. I think a healthy Jalen Waddle, we have seen how dynamic he can be. The big plays weren't there in 2023 like they were in 2022, but we know he's capable of it. If he slides into the 4th round, I think he's a terrific pick.
I feel like his role has changed each of the last 3 seasons. His ADOT in 2021, it was 7.1 yards. He was getting force-fed a ton of targets. 2022, Tyreek Hill joins the Dolphins, 12.6 ADOT. He's getting targets way downfield. Last year, he was in between, 10.4 ADOT in 2023. Here's the stat that sticks out to me. This makes me nervous. 0 games in 2023 when Jalen Waddle had 15 or more PPR points, when Tyreek Hill and Devon Achane were playing meaningful reps. When those guys were on the field, it felt like Jalen Waddle was taking a backseat.
That's a great point. I think that he probably does better in 2023, and Tyreek Hill does a little bit worse. Still amazing, but worse.
That's sad.
Yeah, and my last guy is Travis Etienne. 2nd round pick, but I think he's a workhorse. We'll see what happens, but their running back room right now, I think he's basically a workhorse running back, and he averaged 3.8 yards per carry. He averaged 5.1 yards per carry as not a rookie because he missed his rookie season, but in his first year. If you just go in the middle, give him 4.4, 4.5 yards per carry, something like that, I think you've got a 1st-round caliber player. 3 catches per game. Maybe that goes up a little bit because he's so good. He's so dynamic in the passing game. I think he can show that. I believe in the talent, and a talent like that. 3.8 yards per carry is just too low for me. I don't see that happening again. So need maybe an offensive line upgrade, but if he can just be respectable on a per carry basis, you could have a 1st-round caliber player in ETN.
Would love to see the Jaguars really pump up that offensive line. It's worth it. They can protect Trevor Lawrence. He can have an extra second to throw, and that would help ETN bang away at more explosive plays and not be forced into a bunch of 1 and 2 yard gains. That's going to come no matter what the offensive line is. But I think ETN's got that breakaway speed to give him some game-breaking weeks in fantasy.
Okay, if you want more names from people who know what they're talking about, listen to the full-length episode. I'm Adam, that's Dave, and we'll talk to you later on Fantasy Football Today in 5.